Give us Jesus. Let that be what we hear, what we breathe, what we live today. In Jesus' name, amen. Got really good news. This morning, some of you probably met Omar. He's being baptized this morning, probably has already been baptized this morning at the Napa Spanish Church. And so we're very, very excited. Please pray for him. Next week we'll recognize him as he's back with us. And we just want to make sure that we recognize that step that he's saying, where he's saying, give me Jesus. That's what baptism is all about. Praise God for that. I got a confession this morning. It's time for confession time with Uncle Brian. It is close to the end of February, and I have not been skiing this year at all. That is my confession. I believe that this is a sin because we live so close to Bogus Basin. And God has given us that gift, and I have not taken advantage of it. I am sorry, and for all of you skiers, I'm sorry for not withholding that which we should. I'm not really a good skier, though, and maybe that's kind of why I didn't go. Stink probably comes to mind if you want. There's a problem with skiing. How many of you are skiers? Just raise your hand, be proud. Been skiing at some point in your life? Ski, snowboard? Okay. I think this applies for either. I've not been snowboarding, so you can tell me if it's true, but what I understand, what I've experienced in skiing is to be a really good skier, you pretty much have to ski right at the edge of being completely out of control. If you're going to be a good skier, you've got to ride right, on that edge of being crazy. Actually, I had a friend, his name was Louis Gracia. We were in Destiny Drama Company together when I was in college, and he was from Florida, and I remember the first time that he saw snow. It was at a gas station. We'd stop. We were on a tour and we stopped, and there was, like a little gas station pile where they plowed, and it's about this high and this big. It's the last remnants that haven't melted off. And he jumps out of the van, snow, and he goes running over. And we're like, dude, that's really nothing. But we went to Colorado later and saw snow. I was from Michigan, and so I knew what snow was. I knew that was not snow. We flew into Denver and went up to Breckenridge, actually, and that's where I first learned to ski. I'm not really a coordinated person. Okay, you have to understand that, as you may already know. I'm not a coordinated person, and skiing takes a certain level of coordination, which I do not possess. And so I had all these friends, of course, who were accomplished skiers. Have you ever been the one who stinks skiing and you're with the people that are really good? And they're like, oh, we'll teach you how to ski. I'm like, okay, I knew nothing. Oh, don't take a class. You don't need to take a class. We'll teach you. Right, so we get there, we go, we get our rentals. And really, if you think about skiing, this is an odd thing. Number one, when you ski, you go and get boots. Now, I got a pair of hiking boots, I have a pair of shoes, I have a pair of sort of combat boots. These boots are nothing like those boots. They're these big, heavy plastic things that when they put them on, lock into place, preventing your ankle from moving whatsoever. They're instruments of torture, and you can tell this by watching people walk downstairs with ski boots on. There's no way to walk downstairs gracefully with ski boots on, am I right? And if you're a bigger guy like me, the noise is merely accentuated. So, boom, here comes Brian, boom, scaring the small children. So you get these things, and then they have these skis, these long things, and you're like, I'm supposed to put those on my feet? Okay. And then lock them in. This makes less sense. So I get my skis, I get my boots, I get my poles, and they're, okay, we'll take you on a green run, the easy ones. And I get on the lift, uneventfully. It's a little scary getting on the lift for the first time if you're older. And by older, I mean anything over the age of 12. Because you're standing there with these really heavy boots and these skis that are locked onto the boots, and suddenly there's a chair that's flying around and about ready to hit you in the backside, which you have to somehow sit down gracefully with boots that won't let you flex and land on that chair without, like catapulting the other person, because I'm a bigger guy, catapulting the other person over. This is scary. And then it picks you up and then you're 300,000 feet over the ground with these really heavy boots and skis dangling beneath the more you think about it, it makes less and less sense. There was a kid from my children's school that a couple years ago was on the bunny lift and looking at his boots and his skis below him and looking at how entertaining that was, and thought that now was the time to try to do a toe touch. Yes, he fell and broke a leg. There's a harsh side of me that says, that's okay. That's called cleaning out the gene pool, and maybe not a bad thing. But then my Christian side takes in and says, pray for the child. So anyway, so I ride up this lift, and you get to the top, and then if they were smart, what they would do is stop the lift, let you get off, and then let the next person up, wait in line. We're used to this in America. No, that thing don't stop, and you're supposed to launch yourself off the chair, land on your skis, which your feet are being held to by very heavy objects, which are locked onto the skis, and ski away gracefully. Right. So I fell. And then there's the guy, they hire these really good guys. If you're going to work on the green slope or the bunny slope, you need to be a bad skier. That way you can have empathy. No, you have these guys that are like, you know, gold medalists in the Olympics. And so I fall, and the guy's on too much steroids already, and he's like, get out, it's right, you take a lesson. I was going to, but my friend said not to. So I got up, and anyone been to Breckenridge? Curiosity, Breckenridge? They're really long runs. They're really, they're 24 miles. I'm not, well, a little bit exaggerating, but not much. They're really long, and so I get on the skis, and being the talented, coordinated person I am, I gracefully skied off and fell over immediately, which created a cycle that I did all the way down the hill. Now remember, I had this group of friends who said, we're going to teach you. They left, except for one poor soul. She was very nice and stayed with me down the entire thing. While I went, it was traumatic. But I got better. Not much, a little bit better. And a couple of years later, took a year out of college and worked at a high school called Upper Columbia Academy up near Spokane, Washington. And about every Sunday, they would go skiing, take a big bus of kids. It's exciting going skiing with a bus load of high school students. One of the most memorable moments was when the bus driver didn't make the turn real well because there was another car in the way. Instead of stopping and waiting for the car, the bus driver took the turn, slid the back end off in the ditch. Which, if you've ever seen a big coach bus with like wheels in the air spinning, it is really entertaining. And then you had to load all the kids into one bus, which the kids didn't really mind because they had to sit on each other's laps and drive on down the rest of the way and get the bus out. Anyway, I went skiing, and if you've never been skiing before, again, what they do, the boots you put in the skis, and they have they're called bindings. It's what connects the boot and the ski together. And they're made so that your foot can come out in case of wreck. So that you're not attached forever to these really big long skis if you wipe out, which is kind of a nice thing. And so I went skiing, and I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty much a beginner skier. That means they put it on really light so you can flop out of them easily because you're probably going to fall down, which is what I did. And so that was cool, and about halfway through the day,